Good morning. I hope you're doing well this Tuesday morning. This morning I was reading in Ephesians chapter 2, and at the end of the first half of the chapter in verse 10, Paul tells us that we were created, if you're in Christ, you were created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand so that you should walk in them. And we know that God knows every single one of our days before they occur. He has known them from before the foundation of the earth, and so it's no surprise to find out that the Lord not only knows our days, but He has orchestrated what happens in them. He is sovereign over every event that happens in our life. And Paul tells us that if you are in Christ, you were made to do good works. And specifically, God has good works for you each day that He has prepared beforehand, and He has gotten ready for you so that you should walk in them. And so what this means is that every single day you wake up, the Lord has something for you to do. There is a good work waiting for you, whether it is your family, whether it is your neighbor, whether it is your job. There are good works that He has prepared beforehand with the intention that you should walk in them. And a lot of times in the church, when we think about doing good works, we think about big collective pushes, a service project day or some big project the church is going to take on, some big effort that brings us all together. And those are wonderful. And that is something that we should do and look forward to getting back to doing. But in the meantime, when we can't gather together, Ephesians 2:10 is still true. And so I just want to encourage you this morning that there are people that you can check on today. There are folks within your family that you can be patient with. There are good works for you to do today, even if you're in quarantine, even if you are not at work, even if your routine is disrupted. And I saw a pastor just yesterday who had encouraged his people to make it a priority among their church family to call and check on one person every day. We know, we've been talking about this, that as long as we're apart, communication and fellowship is going to be the lifeblood of the church. It's what we crave. It's what we're missing, that face-to-face communication. And so we can each take it upon ourselves to make this happen. So if you're a part of Concord's church family, would you just call one person today and see how they're doing? And then tomorrow, pick another person and call that person, and continue to do that for the duration of however long this lasts. It will build up the spirit of unity and the bond of peace. It will help us maintain that among ourselves, and it will make sure that no one feels left out or forgotten. So you can, if you need people to contact, we'd be glad to connect you with that. But let's make that our goal. I want you to know that I'm praying for you. I was talking with Tyler Melton last night, and he was telling me about the Hillsong song, Another in the Fire, which is a great song you can look up today, but just how encouraging it has been to him. And there's one particular chorus that is especially meaningful to me. It says this, so it's talking about when we go through trials, there will be another in the fire standing next to me. There will be another in the waters holding back the seas. And should I ever need reminding of how good you have been to me, which I think is the struggle during this period of time, right? Is to remember that the Lord is continuing to be good to us. Should I ever need reminding of how good you have been to me, I'll count the joy in every battle because I know that's where you'll be. So the Lord's presence with us in the past, as we've had struggles, is proof to us of His goodness to us. And the song also goes on to talk about the cross and how that is the ultimate reminder of the Lord's goodness to us. I'm praying for you. I love you. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow.